Hello traders, and this is Trading the Trend. I am Dennis, and this is my weekend report for week ending February 10th. And it was quite a busy week. First things first, it was my granddaughter's first birthday. This is Lucy, so she was pretty excited this week, so we had a great time with that. And then as we move on to our markets, S&P 500, you can see we had another nice up candle for the week. This is a weekly chart. There doesn't seem to be anything that wants to stop this market. With all the political turmoil going on in this country, the market just continues to ignore it and continues to move higher. Looking at the Dow, we had a nice green candle. We've got some distance now away from this consolidation area. Dow is up to 269, so I mean, we could be looking at Dow 21,000 here in a few weeks at this rate. So things continue to look good. Look at the volume here. I mean, you like to see heavy volume coming in when you're having a up move, and don't want to get too giddy about this market, because usually when you feel really good about a market, that is when it does turn around on you. But we'll take it week by week, and right now this thing is looking like it wants to move higher. NASDAQ, you always like to see the NASDAQ leading, and right now it is the strongest index, and it had another nice up week. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 up weeks out of 6, and then one down. One was just barely down. So NASDAQ's looking good. It's up over 7% for the year already. Now let's look at some commodities. We'll start with oil. Let's back this out a little bit. And you can see oil just, you had a nice little pin bar reversal actually for the week. And it continues to stay above that $51 line in the sand I put here. So as long as we stay above $51, I still feel good about oil moving higher. It definitely doesn't seem to want to move lower. So we'll keep looking for this to possibly break out. And if you back this up a little bit, our next target would be up here in the $61 to $62 area if it can break out of this little consolidation. You know, this still is that inverse head and shoulders I'm talking about, so we're still working from that. And one ETF that I like to play on this for energy is the ERX. And if you come in here a little bit, you can see it's had a great run all last year. We did have a pullback that started the middle of last month, but we've had this nice big pin bar. We actually had 2 pin bars in a row, but coming right off the 40-week moving average. So I'm feeling pretty good that this one's through with this down move and should be moving higher at this point. Now we'll look at metals. My favorite trading vehicle in the metals is the GDX. That's our gold miners. And this thing continues to move up. I mean, how many weeks in a row is this? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks in a row. We're now trying to get above that all-important 40-week moving average. This ETF is up over 20% already this year. So that's looking nice. If we look at the metals themselves, silver, same situation. It is now up 12% for the year. And gold, not quite as good. It is up 7%. The only word of caution here is that we don't have a whole lot of volume. And gold and silver did have a pretty good up move to begin the year last year, and then sold off in the second half of the year. So we do have to watch out for that. Okay, now let's move on to our currencies. And we'll start with my strong week rankings, and we still have the Aussie at number 1, and the Aussie has really been looking strong. And as long as U.S. stock markets continue to move higher, we'll probably see the Aussie stay up here near the number 1 spot. Dollar is still weakest, but it's showing some signs of life. The euro is heading down right now, and we'll look at some currency pairs to show that where we're headed. And let's move that. Let's move over to the euro US dollar to start with. And you know, we've been following that consolidations that we've had forever, and we may have had a turnaround this week. Pretty good engulfing candle right there. So maybe this little weak up move is over and we should see Euro US dollar moving lower from here. I do expect this thing to move to parity at some point, which would be 100, which is down over 600 pips from where it's at right now. Another one to look at is the Aussie US dollar. I was expecting this one to roll over, but it actually gave a little bit of a pin bar for the week. So this thing may want to still test that 77.50 area. This is some major resistance here, so we'll have to see if it can get above there. I wouldn't bet against this thing yet because the Aussie's just so strong with the U.S. markets continuing to move higher. We're going to need the U.S. markets to sell off for this thing to actually turn around and move lower. Now with the Aussie doing good and the Euro weak, and of course the one you probably won't be playing is the Euro Aussie. I mean, this thing's been in a pretty good down move for quite a while, and we actually had a breakaway move this past week. In hindsight, this would have been the place to have gotten short on it, but if you missed it, well, it might be a bit extended here, or you can just wait for a pullback and with a good reversal candle, maybe on a shorter time frame, and then you can go short in it. But just as Euro US dollar, I'm looking for that as a long time short. Definitely Euro Aussie is also considered a long term short. Would not want to be in the euro for long term. It does look to be in trouble. Anyway, that's what I have for you for this week. So hopefully everyone had a great weekend, and we will catch you on my thread later.